Ooh, what was that? 2016 just passed by. The worst year ever. The worst, difficult, the most negative year, the most tragic year ever in the human history. Well, that's what I hear in those Instagram posts and Facebook status updates, in Snap stories, newspapers, media, water cooler conversation, phone calls with your friends. All I hear is 2016 has been hard, it's been negative. I truly get it. You probably had a president you don't like. You probably elected a prime minister earlier on who did not stand up to your expectations. You probably had a hard time with your family, your parents, your kids, your spouse, your significant other. You probably went through a breakup. You probably had a bad financial situation, and I empathize with all of you with all those points and others. It hasn't been an easy year for sure, but there are certain negativities that have been highlighted so much and made into a bigger picture than they probably are. By the media, by our friends, by our surroundings, by the situation, by the socio-political, economic environment of our countries that we live in. Could be any of those. But there are certain truths which are not as negative and are also true about 2016 that I'm about to highlight for you guys. They're all true, and here are just a few of them. The number of tigers in the world has been in the decline since half a century or over half a century. Also pandas and other animals like elephants. Did you know that the tigers in the world have increased by number the first time after more than half a century in 2016? That's a big deal. The ozone layer is healing itself. The poverty line, the number of poor people in the world who are below the poverty line, has gone significantly up in 2016 as compared to other years before that for a decade. Since 2010 to 2016, the number of homeless veterans has gone down by 50% or even more than that. Did you know that in India there was a world record broken by the number of trees planted? A large number of volunteers got together and broke the world record by planting 50 million trees in 24 hours. Did you know that the 50-year-old war in Colombia finally got over in 2016 with the peace treaty? Did you know that the Americans, all of them, are finally and certainly all measles free? These are all big, big issues that were partially resolved in 2016, just to name a few. And also not to forget, Leonardo got his first Oscar in 2016. A lot of you are excited about that, so am I. That's all facts about 2016 that we all missed out. Well, most of us did. Let's talk about 2017 now. Bygones are bygones, and 2017 comes here. We're all excited. Happy New Year to you guys. We all have resolutions. January 1st, all psyched up to spend time with your family, work harder, earn more money, get a raise, get a job, spend time with your kids, or even get fitter. Whatever your resolutions are, 3 quick tips that I really want to share which worked out for me in 2016. Here's the first one. The first one is, let's make sure we set SMART goals. Well, most of us know what the acronym SMART stands for. It's specific, measurable, attainable, relevant or relatable, and time sensitive. Of course, if you spend time in setting up your goal as a SMART goal, there are way higher chances for you to achieve it. While we are talking about SMART or SMART goals, here's the second tip, which is more around the line of making a goal relevant and measurable. Think about this. Most of our goals sound like, I want to lose 15 pounds in 2017. Sounds great, sounds healthy, sounds fit. I'd do it, or maybe not. Because this to me is not a habitual goal. Let's have our goals which is more habit forming in a daily or weekly rituals. It's more of what I call it as a ritual goal. Here's how I'd set the one that I just spoke about. Think about this. Think about this. If you set a goal which says, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'll hit the gym from 7:45 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, every week. That to me is a realistic goal. That to me is a ritual goal. That to me is a goal that you would probably stand through until the end of the year or more. Let's set our goals as more realistic ritual goals. The third one and the final one, the most important one to me, to my soul, is when you set a goal for yourself, make sure you set a goal for someone else as well. For a friend, a colleague, a caregiver, a caretaker, someone who you care about, someone who you love, your child, your mom, your aunt, your friend, whoever that person is around you, or even a stranger. Make sure that if you're setting 3 goals for yourself, you set 3 goals for them. Let me explain myself. If one of your goals is to earn a large raise in 2017 June, make sure you also set a goal which is around the same lines for someone else, which is that you probably donate more money than you usually do in 2017 for this particular cause, for this particular person's betterment. And anonymously is even better. What I mean to say is, when you actually set goals which are non-selfish, it intrinsically helps your goals. That altruism, it surrounds all around you, and somehow the math adds up. Maybe not in your mind right now, but it does add up. When you set goals which are for others, for a friend, for anyone you care about, that in itself and fulfilling that goal, the process in itself, will certainly help you achieve your personal selfish goals. That's it for your SaarNation. Hope you all have a wonderful 2017. Take care, adios, and stay tuned.